So the title of my film is going to be Missing, because from my first idea it was about kind of like a missing persons case, so it links very like quickly to the general plot, so it's very straightforward for the audience to understand, so it shows like a clear idea. And then my genre of my film is going to be kind of a mystery, because obviously that's kind of the general idea of my film, is about kind of finding out if this person is can be found. And the genre will be shown through shots of kind of an investigation being carried out throughout the film in my opening sequence. And I chose kind of this genre because I feel like it would tie in kind of a wide range of audience, because I feel like it's suited to a lot of people. And for my characters, I'm planning to have around 4, so the person that's going to be kidnapped, who I kind of want to have like a male character play it, because it breaks the stereotypes of usual kind of female victims. And then maybe obviously the person that's kidnapping them, and possibly like other people who were close to the person that went missing. And then I kind of want to show social groups of like teenagers, which will kind of tie in my audience. But when introducing my characters, I'm not going to introduce them too much, and if I do have short clips of them, it will just be of kind of small parts of their body, or maybe a couple clips of them saying things. So the breakdown of my sequence, I plan to have locations of maybe like a dark room where I can show the start of a investigation being carried out, and possibly like the woods or a field or somewhere around school. And a couple shots I'm planning to do is maybe using a calendar, so having my first shot of crossing off one day, and then at the end having like all the days of a couple months being kind of crossed off to show the concept of time. And my last shot, I want to be off kind of in a dark room, and then a phone calling and it being picked up, and maybe the voice of the person going missing, as well as a shot of someone maybe being kidnapped with their kind of mouth being like covered with someone else's hand. So my target audience, I plan, is kind of around like teenagers, because I feel like because my film will be about teenagers, or kind of they can relate to it more. But anyone can kind of really watch it, and I will address kind of my audience as if they're kind of in this like fictional world about this person going missing. So I'll plan to do shots of people talking about what they can do if they found this person in the area they've been gone missing when they were last seen. For my influence of other films, I've kind of been influenced by Seven a bit because of the style of shots to do with like a crime scene, and the close-up shots as well. But I've also looked at other films that are about missing people, so like I Know the Homes and like The Synthwave and The Vanished, and kind of others. But a lot of those films, they don't really have kind of the opening scene that I'm gonna be doing. Then the kind of general mood that I want to create is kind of suspenseful and dramatic, so you don't really know if they're gonna find them or if they're not, because obviously they're not gonna find out in my opening sequence. And I want people to feel as if they want to know if this person got found as well. And I want people to also feel kind of sympathetic towards the characters that have been like kidnapped, or have their like friends that of them.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? You sort of mention your target audience as being kind of teens, given the nature of the characters. Do you think there is a distinct secondary audience that would be interested in watching this?
Yeah, I'd probably say kind of like young adults going into like 20s and 30s could possibly like this kind of genre just because of the general like crime.
So the character bit is probably not less enticing, but is less relevant to them. But the story perhaps more of interest. And you mentioned some of your influences. You mentioned like quite a nice range in Enola Holmes and Seven and a few others. What is it about? Again, you say that the way they start is going to be different to yours. But what sort of things are you taking from those films as influence? Is it visual? Is it thematic? Is it kind of any kind of key moments that you want to borrow?
Probably maybe they're like less use of maybe their sound from their like I don't really quite sure what music I want to use at the moment, but possibly take inspiration from them.
Okay. So thank you very much.